Good morning, everyone. This class is going to be our Mountain Life Fitness mat Pilates class. The only thing you really need is a mat and a mini ball if you have one. You don't want to use weighted balls here. You want to use a mini ball. And so consequently, the format of this class is pretty quick sequence from one exercise to the next. We're only doing about 8 to 12 reps per exercise, and we progress quickly from one to the other. Make sure that you're listening to those modifications that I'll give you and provide you throughout. And if something does not quite feel right, then either perform the modification or not at all. And there's some pretty challenging exercises in here, particularly for nose to toes core. So just make those choices wisely. Additionally, we're going to do a group warm-up that's choreographed, and then everything is pretty well choreographed through the program. There'll be a couple of transitions in there that might slip out of the choreographed sequence slightly, but pretty tightly choreographed here, okay? So I'm going to just step out of the frame for a second just to turn this volume down on the music, and then we'll begin again, okay? So get yourself set up while I do this, and we will rock and roll here, guys. And you can have shoes on or off, socks on or off, Pilates socks, whatever. I tend to do this in my shoes just because I'm teaching back-to-back classes all day long, so I just keep them on. But feel free to do that, okay? So we're gonna start here with our warm-up. You're gonna bring that chin back, shoulders rotated back and down, rib cage lifted, navel to spine, pelvic floor pulled up and in, knees relaxed, weight equally distributed front to back through your feet. Deep inhale here, all the way up, and exhale. And do that again. Deep inhale up, and exhale. And two more. Deep inhale up. Just get that blood moving, feel the heat in the body. Last time. Deep inhale up, and exhale. Now hinge from your hips, hands on your thighs, tuck the tailbone under. Roll it up slow, 4, and it's 4, 3, 2, and do that again. Hinge from the hips, hands on thighs, tuck the tailbone, and roll. And it's 4, 3, and right into a squat. Make sure you've got your normal classic squat width here, about shoulder distance. You're going to bring the arms forward and pull back, opening up the back and the chest. Yeah, working on building the heat throughout the body. And it's 4, 3, back to hinge from the hips. Hands on thighs, tuck the tailbone, roll it up slow, 4, and it's 4, 3, 2, and do that again. Hinge from the hips, hands on thighs, tuck the tailbone, and roll, and it's 4, 3, and lunging to your right, side and side. Add that shoulder rotation, forward, up, halfway back and down. Loosen up scapulothoracic. Make sure you're keeping those heels down, guys, staying anchored into the ground here. Yeah, that's it. And it's 4, 3, and back to a squat. Sit it back, pull it through, reach and pull. Inhale and exhale. Looking good, guys, yeah? Starting to feel a little warmer now. Sit and stand. 2, good. And lunging to your left, side and side. And that shoulder rotation, whatever we do on the right, we're gonna do on the left, yeah? That's it. Follow that breath in and out. Yeah, Pilates working on lengthening, strengthening, and core. And it's 4, 3. Now back to hinge from the hips. Hands on the thighs. Tuck the tailbone. Roll it up slow, 4. And it's 4, 3, 2. Do that again. Hinge from your hips, hands on thighs, tuck tailbone, and roll. And it's 4, 3, and lunging to your right again. Side and side. This time add that arm. Reach and reach. Pull that rib cage off the waistline, long and strong. Good, good. Up and up. Following breath in and out. And it's 4, 3, and back to a squat. Sit it back, pull it through, reach and pull. Inhale and exhale, sit and stand. Gotta move those big, large muscles in order to really heat the body up. 2, good. And lunging to your left again. Side and side. As that arm reach, long and strong. Up and up. Follow breath in and out. Looking good, guys. That's it. And it's 4, 3. Back to hinge from the hips. Hands on thighs. Tuck the tailbone. Roll it up slow. 4. And it's 4, 3, 2. Last time. Hinge from the hips. Hands on thighs. Tuck the tailbone. Roll it up. 4, 4, 3. Deep inhale when you get there. And exhale. Rotate your shoulders back. Should be nice and warm and ready to work now, guys. So we're going to start with that mini ball. Again, if you don't have one, you can absolutely perform everything we do without it. So we're going to come on down to the floor. And we're going to begin with rolling like a ball. The ball is going to go between the feet. And you can either hold shins, which is a little more challenging, or the backs of the thighs. Remember, no movement in the cervical region. You're going to tuck that chin down, and we're really rolling like a ball here. So you make sure that you stay nice and tightly wound, yeah? Just going to warm up that spine a little bit more. So we're going to roll back and up and back and up, yeah? That's it. Nail the spine. Let's go 4 and back. Good. 2. Last one. This time stay up 1. So next progression, you'll roll back twice, and then you're going to stick the landing. Yeah? So that'll be the next progression. Again, go through your postural checklist, guys. We're going to start really shaking and moving here pretty soon, but just still trying to introduce these movement patterns to our core. 2 back. So back and up and back. And this time, stay up and hold. Yeah? Grab and roll. And it's back and up, back and up, and hold. Again. Back and up, back and up, and hold. One more time. Back and up, back and up, and hold and stay up, and then feet down for me. So you're going to push back and keep the ball between the feet. And these are full roll-ups. If you're unable to perform a full roll-up, then you just want to come back into that modified position, yeah? And the same thing applies with the rolling like a ball. You can always do those modified. Squeeze the ball nice and tight, sit up nice and tall. And we're going to roll back 1 vertebrae at a time. So articulate through the spine, arms up overhead if you're able. Push down really hard through the mid-thoracic, yeah? I've got a short torso, so I always struggle to get through there. But if you really push down hard and just take your time coming up, because the rectus abdominis is only going to function in that first 30 degrees. So it's important to let it do its work, because the rest of the action is going to be caused by those hip flexors. And push down hard and roll it up. Good. So let's try a couple more of those. That's it. Peel it off. Each vertebrae coming through that spine, yeah? So not that momentum use where you throw your arms. Push down hard. Right into the mat. Good. And stay up this time. All right. So I'm going to turn that body so you're facing forward. Ball is going to stay between the feet. And we're going to begin with some layouts. So fingertips facing the buttocks, shoulders packed down and back rib cage lifted navel to spine. This is a very challenging series. You're going to do as many as you feel safe and effective performing them. So we're going to come in and out. Squeeze the ball. That's going to help stabilize the pelvis. That's it. Exhale and inhale. Push, yeah, and pull. Good. Out and in. 4 to go. And let's go 4. Yeah. 3. Keep compressing abdomen. 2. Good. Last one. Rock it forward, take a little breather. We're gonna add some direction to that for the next progression. Shoulders down and back, rib cage lifted, navel to spine, right and left. Pull up and out. So you're really trying to drive that rib cage down toward the hip bone, top of that pelvis. Yeah, stay off your sits bones here. Stay on the soft tissue in the buttock. In and out. 4 to go. And it's 4, 3, looking good, 2, last one. Nice work. Take a little breather. And then we're gonna add a combination, next progression. Right center, left center, and begin. Right, then full-blown layout in the center, and left. Full-blown layout. Good, good. Right, center, left, and center. Keep compressing abdomen. 2 more rounds. Right and center. And as I mentioned, you get too fatigued, take a break. Either rejoin us or just take a break. Yeah? Right, center, and left, and center. Excellent. Rock forward. Take the ball out. We're gonna hold it now. So, a bit of a modified V-sit here. Gonna take the ball up over the head. Bring the legs up. If you can't do that and you need support, put the ball down and put your hands behind you. So you're gonna start with a heel drop, and you'll start right and left. Now there's no movement in the knee. Whole leg. We're gonna start adding the ball drop here. Side and side. That's it. Getting some rotation from that hip and waistline. 8, 7. Keep compressing that abdomen, guys. Using that breath. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Rock forward. So next progression, legs are going to extend out and in, and we're going to tap the shin with a ball. Let's get in position again. You can do all of these lower body actions with your hands down and no ball if you need to, okay? So just place the ball up there if you're able. Yeah? Bring those legs back up, and all we're gonna do is extend and flex, and then we'll add that ball. Touch, and that's why in the previous drill, we didn't move the knee joint, yeah? Now here the hip joint's relatively quiet. Keep the shoulders packed down and really push that leg out there long and strong. Yes, out, and then one more, out, and then and rock it forward. Good job. Ball back between the feet. Hands can stay down or up here, as always. Gonna spin a modified V and just hold. Nice and long and strong here. And just hold. Shoulders packed. Folks start to complain about those hip flexors, and boy, are they flexing the hip right now, so you better believe it. Squeeze the ball tight. Pelvic floor up and in, navel to spine, counting 4, 3, 2, and rock it forward. So next progression, legs are going to extend, or you can keep them bent as the previous variation. Your choice. And hold. That's it. Squeeze knees, squeeze ball. And it's 4, 3, 2, and rock it forward. Great job, you guys. All right, you're gonna come onto your side for lateral flexion. And we do work 360 degrees across all 3 planes of the body. You're gonna wedge that ball, if you have one, underneath the rib cage and above the hip bone. Thighs parallel to one another, bottom leg tucked back about 45 degrees. Top leg straight, bottom hand on top shoulder. You can also do this without any hands down. You're gonna lie down over that ball all the way till you almost touch. And lift slow. Up and down. Exhale and inhale. So really focusing on sliding that rib cage down to your hip bone. Keep the pelvic floor up and in, and that navel pulled to spine. Exhale and inhale. So working in that frontal plane now, and it's 4, yeah, and lift. Good. 2, and last one. And all the way down, and then let's switch sides here. Wedge it under, thighs parallel, bottom leg back, bottom hand on top shoulder, and it's up and down. So no movement in the head and neck, then come along for the ride. Yeah, the movement only initiates from the waistline there, basically. So base of that rib cage, yeah? Compress abdomen so that way the lateral flexors can do their job here. Very good. And it's 4, and press, 2, and final one. Nice work. All right, slip that ball out. And now we're going to be coming down to the end of your mat. So down here, we're going to take that ball and place it between the knees. How are we doing so far, guys? Yeah? All right. So you want those shoulders rotated back and down, rib cage lifted, navel to spine, palms on the floor. You want to compress that ball on this first progression. And we're going to perform for a hip extension up. And this is going to be glutes and hamstrings. Hip adductors, compressing that ball. Yeah? Great time to pull that pelvic floor up and in because it's unloaded. Yes? Good, good. Up and down. So keeping the glutes clenched, keeping the inner thighs engaged, that pelvic floor pulled up. Be real deliberate. We don't have external load here. So you've got to really make the best of what you have with body weight. Yeah? Make it count. Getting ready. It's going to be 2 up and 3, 4, 5, 6, and down on 7 and 8. So let's go. Up, 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, and down 7, 8. Up, 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, and down 7, 8. Up, 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, and lower 7, 8 again. Up, 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, continue. Up, 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, and lower 7, 8 again. Up, 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2 more. Up, 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, and down 7, 8 again. Up, 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, and lower 7, 8. Good job. Take that ball out. Ball's going to come over the head. You're going to take your right leg and bring it straight up to the ceiling. And this is going to be unilateral. So you're going to be lifting up and down. Make sure that the head stays down and that the leg does not move from this position. And then we'll get the upper body involved here. So we're just going to tap the shin and back. Again, head stays down. Drive through that left heel. So all that load's going on to the left glute and hamstring. And we're getting a little bit of shoulder mobility here as well. Yeah? Up and down. Drive through with purpose and intention here, guys. 4, and you're just going to automatically switch your lead. 3, yes. 2, that's it. And switch. Up and down. Keep that leg still. Nice and precise and deliberate here. Yes. Up and down. Driving through that right heel now. Focusing all of that tension into the right glute and hamstrings here. And again, some shoulder mobility. And then we're getting ready to alternate. Yes. On 4, 3, alternate right and left. So up and back, up and back. Exhale, nice and rhythmic. Oxygen in, CO2 off. Long and strong here, guys. Pelvic floor up and in. Up and down and up. Lengthen out that leg. Again, you've got lengthening, strengthening, and core. 3 more. Up. Yes. 2. Last one. Well done. Ball back between the knees. Last series here for the glutes specifically and the hamstrings. This time I want you to compress as you come up, resist the expansion as you come down. So in and out. Now when you go into the expansion, don't release all that tension there. Do keep that ball compressed, but just not as much as the up phase, yes? Then we're going to add some small range of motion and tempo movement here shortly. Up and down. And what I recommend, 99% of the time we're spending full range of motion, working origin to insertion. But we do add what we call finishers occasionally, yeah? And that's what's coming up. So we're gonna be pressing in and up at the same time in 4, 3, and begin. So it's up and in at the same time, yeah? Small range of motion, emphasis on the lift and the compression at that same time, yeah? Up and in, up and in, good, up and in, and last one, hold. Then slowly lower all the way down. Excellent work. Take the ball out, and next now slip it underneath the body. So it's gonna go about halfway up the buttock and into the small of the back. It actually should feel really comfortable there. Again, if you don't have a ball, you just don't use it. You're gonna bring the legs in and straight up, flex up the ankle, and walk on the ceiling. And even if you do have a ball, if you really struggle to stabilize with it, you can hold the mat, but if you're spending all of your time trying to stabilize on the ball, then just don't use it. And it really starts to lose its significance. Here it actually helps to boost the hips. So those of us with short hamstrings get a little bit of an advantage here. We can really get a good lengthening through the hamstrings. Here we're working in the sagittal plane. So some sagittal scissors, and we'll add some progressions as we go. Yeah, you can always remain with the original progression and not carry on with the future progressions, yeah? So now what we're gonna begin to do is add some pointing to those toes if you like, and a little larger range of motion. You can bring the head up here if you like, and you can add a little bit of a tug and a tug, yeah? That's it. Again, you can always keep the hands down and the head down. That's it. 4, 3, 2, 1. To bring the legs back side by side, put that head back down, relax the feet, and take it out to the side. So working in that frontal plane. Should feel good after that ball between the thighs there. And even if you didn't have it, if you were really engaging those hip adductor muscles, you will definitely feel this lengthening, yeah? Now we're gonna start to point out and flex across. So point out and flex across. Start to really integrate the gastrocnemius, soleus, and tibialis anterior. So really getting that ankle joint and calf muscles and shin muscles involved, yeah? Hip abduction and adduction, yes. 4, 3, now we're gonna shorten range of motion and quicken that tempo, yeah? So point and flex. Keep the legs directly over the hips here. This is called beating, B-E-A-T-I-N-G, yeah? Nice and controlled here, guys, yeah? Let's go 8, 7, looking good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Let's bend those legs 90 degrees, yeah? Pull the knees in toward the chest as though you're trying to lie the thighs on the torso. Flatten those feet like you're going to push the ceiling tiles away on your ceiling. And we're going to press straight up. So push straight up and back in. So what you want to avoid is that, yeah? That's it. So you want to come in and push straight out. So you don't want the heels to drop. You want to lengthen out here. So quads are causing the action here in hip flexors, but the hamstrings are getting the lengthening. Yeah, nose to toes core engaged, not only to stabilize here and get those legs right over the hips, but also to allow us to stabilize on the ball. And we're going to add some tempo changes here. So get prepared, check posture, make sure you've got yourself aligned and you're really anchored into the floor here, guys. Yeah, that's it. Getting ready. 4, 3. Now stay up there. 3 out, 1 in. So it's 1, 2, 3. Draw in and push it. 1, 2, 3, and in. Again, push. 2, 3, and in. Again, out. 2, 3. Continue. So just a real nice lengthening for hamstrings. Again, nose to toes core engaged here and using that breath. Yeah, nice and deliberate, precise motion. 2, 3. One more time. Out. 2, 3. And in. Now press the feet back up, extend the legs, turn the toes out, and let's go into frog. So open the outer hip and press through. That's it. So opening that outer hip, pulling those inner thighs together, really attempting to extend the leg. You never force it, but you want to try to get that full extension there. That's it. Again, lengthening, strengthening, and core. Open and close. And we'll add those tempo changes here as well. Yes. Out and through. Exhale and inhale. Nice. Now this time stay up here, and it's 3 out and 1 in. So it's 1, 2, 3, and open. Just 3 more. Out, 2, 3, 2 to go. Push. Keep that pelvic floor pulled up. Navel to spine. Rib cage knitted together and push. 2, 3, and in. Now press the legs back up straight. Take that left leg and bend it into tabletop. You're gonna take this right leg, keep it rigid, and we'll circle, small circles from the hip joint only. 8, 7, yeah, really reduce your wobble, hold your ground here. 4, 3, 2, and reverse. Really bolt yourself into that ball as much as you can, working on that mobility at the hip. Getting ready, 4, 3, now right into stag. You're gonna take it out, bring it in. It's also known as Peter Pan, but the reality is one leg's extended, one's flexed, and we're trying to stabilize and manage that long lever going out to the side and not allowing our body to follow. Yeah? Big time stabilization. 4 to go. And it's 4, 3. I'm going to switch to the other side to stag here. And go. Out and in. Out and in. Keep navel pulled to spine. Pelvic floor up and in. Out and in. Exhale and inhale. Open and close. Out and in. Last one. Now keep the right leg bent and circle. Yeah? With that left one. And it's 4, 3, 2, and reverse. Again, working on that mobility at the hip joint, keeping that femur nice and mobile. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring both legs back up for me, and let's take them around and through. Sweep. And then you're gonna watch the low back on these, particularly if you don't have the ball. You get too deep toward the floor and you don't have an adequate amount of core stability there, you're liable to affect the low back, and you do not want that. Now reverse direction. So external then internal rotation. Again, moving the head of that femur through the socket, keeping it smooth and fluid, bringing hydration and circulation to the hip joint. Good, good. 2, and here's that last one. Excellent work. Take one foot, put it down, lift the hips up and remove the ball. Place the ball back between the feet. And let's slip the hands underneath the buttocks to boost the hips again. Now I'm going to keep my head up for this, but you can certainly keep it down. Squeeze the ball nice and tight. This is going to be a corkscrew. And again, so we'll take it 8, 7, 6, and it's 4, 3, 2, and reverse, and around. Good, good. We're going to go right into figure 8s here. On 4, 3, 2, and figure 8. Draw it on the ceiling. Yeah? That's it. Smooth and fluid. Use that breath. Keep the abdomen compressed. 8, 7. Looking good. And it's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Remove the ball. And you can rock and roll up there and just place that ball back in the riser or wherever you have it stored. It's out of your way. So let's start with that letter D as in David here. So palms right by your sides. Let's bring the right leg up to the ceiling. Reset the posture here just for a second. These are also good little times to take a sip of water if you need to. And again, this mat Pilates format has been really just a fusion of a lot of different disciplines. Let's take it out, around, and up through the center. So out, around, and up through the center. That's it. There's a real strong element here of mobility as well. and teaching your body not to go the direction that the lever is going. Hold your ground with the left side of the body. 2, yeah. And reverse direction. Push down, pull it through, yeah. Down and through. Use that breath. Hold the left side of the body anchored here, guys, yes. Reduce your wobble. Good. 2, that's it, and 1 more. And up, nice work. Put that foot back down, bring the left one up, reset here. On 4, 3, and again. Take it out, around, and up. So I want you to focus on this right side. Right shoulder, elbow, and hip remain on the floor. Fight for it, guys, yeah? Good, good. Out, around, and through. Keep the leg rigid. Good. 2, that's it. And the last one. Well done, guys. All right, so we're gonna start with single and double leg reach. Head and neck can be up, or you can keep them down if you need to. Let's extend that left leg. Flex the right one. Left hand inside, right hand on the outside. We're gonna tug in and switch. I'm not a fan of pulling on the knee, yeah? We're gonna really get to our knee joints and let them work here. So we're gonna squeeze that knee. We wanna make the quadriceps, cause the extension. Now remember, nothing else moving here. Torso is quiet, yeah? Big part of this series is, again, stabilization as those limbs move further away from the midline, yeah? And let's go 8, 7, good. Nice and precise. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll it back down for a second. And right back up. Head and neck up if you're able. Hands on the outside of the ankle or the outside of the lower leg. And we're going to take it around and through. Do your double leg reach. Yes, around and through. Excellent series that we're 2 exercises into here specifically for nose to toes core. Good. Now let's reverse direction. Take it around and through. Around and through. Good. Sweep and through and around. You have 4 more. 4, stabilize. 3, breathe. 2, good, and last one, around and through, and lower back down. Nice work. Bicycle or crisscross, when it's referred to, rest head and fingers. Right center, left center, yeah? Rotate right, stop in tabletop, and left. Now what I want you to focus on, once you get that rotation nailed, is extending those legs. Lengthen, strengthen, core. Every exercise across. They're weighted a little differently. Yes? And we'll go 4. Yeah? 3, 2, and last one. Nice work. All right, we're gonna grab that ball again. So if you have to rock and roll up to grab it, then do that. We're gonna place the ball back between the feet again. And if you don't have the ball, just perform it without. Very effective. And we'll come back into that tabletop position. Head and neck are off the floor if you're able. We're going to take the arms up over the chest and we're going to be pressing out and in, yeah? Upper body stay still. Out and in. Push and in. Exhale and inhale. So you're moving arms but not torso. Push out. Yes. Extend. 2 and 1. You take a breather. Arms are going to come out to the side, forming the letter T as a tongue. Legs back in tabletop. Up. So the arms coming straight down into the thighs. And press that abdomen. Squeeze the knees. Exhale and inhale. Up and back. 4 to go. Nice and long and strong, guys. Push and pull. Exhale and inhale. 2. Good. And 1 more. Out and in. Nice job. Ball goes back. Yeah. All right. So coming back down. Bring those legs directly up over the hips. Arms up over your chest. We're gonna open and close, out and in. So arms do not go over the head. Going over the chest here, compress and resist. Up and back. We're getting real close to getting you off your back here, guys, yeah? Exhale and inhale. 4 to go. Deep engagement. Pull navel to spine, pelvic floor up. Compress that abdomen. Good. 2. That's it. And 1 more. Up and back. Take that little breather. So last series here, last progression. Legs are going to go out into about a diagonal. Watch your low back here, okay? And we're going to take the arms up over the chest first. Bring them down to the mat. Bring the head up. We'll be tapping the feet in 3 and then bending arms and legs. So we're 1, 2, 3, and bend. 1, 2, 3, and down. Up. 1, 2, 3, and down. Up. 1, 2, 3, 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 1 more. 1, 2, 3, and down. Excellent job, you guys. Let's roll onto your side now. And we're going to concentrate. I'm working on that frontal plane for a little bit. I'm just going to grab my mat. It's a good time for a sip of water. I think I will join you. Yeah? All right. How are we doing? Okay. So you have 3 positions possible here. One is with a knee down, hip up, legs tandem or stacked. So you're either here, here, or here, okay? Either way, elbow under shoulder, rib cage, lift it, navel to spine, lift the body up, and we're gonna thread the needle here. So you're gonna pull through and open. That's it. Squeeze glutes tight, wrap and lift. Exhale and inhale. Good, good. 2. Last one. Take that top hand, lower yourself down. Keep the bottom knee down. Lift the hip up, leg up, arm over the head, and flex and extend. So let's pull in and reach. So rest of the body quiet. Torso doesn't move. I'm not dropping my rib cage. Arm and leg only. Get a little longer each time you reach. 3 and out. 2. Good. 1 more. In and out. Carefully lower down. And here we're going to go into mermaid. That's it. And it's lift and lower. So nice long. No plopping here. So we're controlling that descent down. Pull that rib cage off the waistline. Up and down. Exhale and inhale. Lift and down. 2. Good, and 1 more. Up and down. Well done. We're going to switch and repeat the series on the other side. Get ourselves reset here. So ready into your side bridge position. And hold. You don't want to tend to do it one way on one side and one on another. You want it to be consistent, yeah? And then we're going to reach that arm through, thread the needle. Let's go in and up. Good. That's it. 4 to go. And it's 4, 3, 2, last one. Top arm down, bottom knee stays down now, hips up, top leg up, top arm up, and it will be reach and pull, and it's in and out. See how well you can stabilize here, guys. And reach. Good, good. In and out. Exhale and inhale. 2. Last one. Nice work. Lower down and come into mermaid position. And again, lift and down. Exhale and inhale. Ribcage off waistline. Strong movement pattern here, guys. Controlling the up and the down. Reach and down. 2 more. Up and down. Last one. Up and down and release. Excellent work. All right, so we're going to begin with our downward facing dog plank push-up series here. So at any time that you need to be down and take a breather, feel free to do that. Feel free to perform push-ups modified. Whatever you need to do to be safe here. This is a prolonged series. It's pretty doggone challenging. And we're going to start off with 2 sets of 13 push-ups. Remember your push-ups, you don't want to be confined to the width of your mat. Hands on the outside of that mat, about shoulder distance or a little wider apart. So you are either here in modified or you're in full. It's one or the other. Yep. Getting ready. And begin. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit it back in child's pose for a second. Working the pectoralis, deltoids, and triceps, but nose to toes core, of course. Now, pack shoulders. Let's go again. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Good job. All right. So we're going to come back up. And what I like to do are moving planks. Push-ups are moving planks. Yeah? Everything we're doing is moving the body rather than just statically holding. We don't spend a lot of our day holding positions, yeah? But lots of benefit from finding these positions, such as a plank you're getting ready to perform. So we're here. Squeeze those glutes nice and tight. Pack your shoulders down and get your shoulders directly over your wrist. Hold that position. Now let's walk it back into downward facing dog here. All right, and you don't want to force the heels down. Tailbone basically aiming toward the ceiling. Shoulders packed down, and you can let that head come between the arms, yeah? And we're going to be pressing the heels down right and left. So we're going to stretch the calves for sure, but this really benefits the whole lower body posterior chain. Let those shoulders stay packed down so you stay stable nose to toes, yeah? Core isn't just your corset muscles. It's everything from the nose down to those toes. And we're going to add a variation here shortly. Just keep that abdomen compressed, pelvic floor up and in, and feel that lengthening. Good, good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And take those legs up. Put out of my way there. Heels lifted. Let's go 3 up and 1 down. Yeah? Up, 2, 3, and lower down. Up, 2, 3. So now really working those calf muscles. Yes? Up, 2, 3, and down. Up, 2. Keep shoulders packed, guys. That's it. Up, 2, 3. 1 more. Up, 2, 3, and down, and walk it back out into your plank. I'm just shifting so I can get my shirt down here. All right. Find that plank. Again, if you need knees down, put them down. We're going right back into downward facing dog now. And we're going to climb that hill in this position. So right and left. You really want to come through from the hip joint like you're climbing up the sheer face of a mountain. Then we're going to start to add that progression where we tap those feet out to the side. And it's 4, 3, 2, tap right and left, right and left. That's it. Up, up. Good, good. Let's go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Bring it back to plank. We're almost home. Stay there. And we'll hold it 4, 3, 2. One knee down, then the other. Sit back in that child's pose for a second. Excellent job, guys. All right, let's come back up. And we're gonna go into our T's, Y's, and I's now, yeah? So starting to concentrate on scapulothoracic, particularly posterior. So for scapulothoracic is posterior. And then also working on our erector spinae, all right? So I'm gonna turn my mat, I believe, to the side so you can better see, and then I'll just sort of move myself around a little bit here and there. And lower down carefully. Let's first come to T. So we want the tops of the feet flat on the floor. Got our palms out to the side. Now here we want the chest and the chin off of the ground. You want your shoulders rotated back and down. Really engage here scapulothoracic. Pull the scapula together. And inhale and exhale. So a little bit like a reverse 100. That's it. So working on scapulothoracic stabilization here. Squeeze buttocks tight, pelvic floor up and in. Inhale and exhale. Looking good. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. A couple more. Inhale and exhale. And one more. Inhale and exhale. And then release down and come up into that Y position, like the letter Y in yellow. Again, chest and chin remain off the floor. Nothing else moves, just moving from that shoulder joint. So I'm going to lift up and down. Really pull the scapula together. You're going to feel some tension there, yeah. Good, good. And let's go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last one. And then stretch the arms out into I. So here you're going to place your forehead down on the floor. I'm not going to because I'll either get feedback from my mic and then I won't be able to see you. So this is asymmetry. Right leg, left arm. That's it. Good. Just going to move back a bit here. See if we can get rid of that feedback. So what you want to focus on is not rocking. So you're only lifting maybe 2-3 inches off the ground. So there should be no arching of the back, no moving of the elbow and knee joint. Yeah? Good, good. So this really focusing on the erector spinae muscles, the muscles that fan up your spine like a Christmas tree. And it's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax for a moment. Stay there. I'm just going to switch ends and see if we can resolve this a little bit. So this time you can either stay with that asymmetry, you can flutter or swim there. Either option is fine, your choice, and begin. I'm going to stick with asymmetry. That's it. And the reason for that has to do with my lumbar spine. Yeah? So we all have limitations. That's it. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Now let's stack those hands on top of each other. Just rest your chin on top of the hand. We're going to start with the right side. This is going to be hamstrings. Heel to glute. So we're going to come in and then flatten the top of the foot, okay? Shoulders packed down, ribcage lifted, navel to your spine. And begin. So heel to glute, the top of foot to floor. Now, again, we don't have any external load here, so you're not going to get big, strong hamstrings from performing this exercise. So what we're going to really focus on is that lengthening aspect as the leg comes out into extension and stabilizing our pelvis down into that floor. Now switch sides. So heel in and out. We'll also get a little bit of mild calf and shin work here. But again, I want you to really try to keep the hips anchored into the floor. Yeah? Flex and extend. Exhale and inhale, in and out, 2, good, now both, in and out, so bilateral, good, keep hips down, they're going to try to move path of least resistance and all that, yeah, 8, and down, 7, we'll get ready to add a tempo change here in a couple of seconds, good, and let's go 4, yeah, nice and long and strong here, guys, yeah, 2, now 3 presses in and 1 out, so control it, be deliberate, 2, 3, and lengthen, and in, 2, 3, push it out there, yeah, in, 2, 3, and out, 1 more, in, 2, 3, and out, nice work. Let's bring those hands right by your shoulders, push yourself up and into extended child's pose again. Now, and bring it back up, let's grab that ball. So a couple more segments here, guys, yeah, and then we'll wrap it up. All right, how are we doing? Feeling good, feeling strong? Such a pleasure to be able to train with you guys. I feel truly blessed here. All right, so we're gonna bring that ball right out in front of the body, and initially, we're just gonna be passing the ball right and left into spinal rotation. Shoulders packed down and back, rib cage lifted, navel to spine, pelvic floor up, and to your right first. So sweep. Now make sure you don't go behind the body. Just here to the side, yeah? More isn't better in this case. And sweep, and then sit up tall. So I'm gonna turn to the side here in a second, so you can really see that I'm really getting that torso stick straight, yeah? So you continue with that, yeah? And then up tall, and up tall, yeah? And up. I'm just gonna stay here for the duration of this series. And up, good. Around, and through, and around. Now we're gonna add a big range of motion, ball over the head. So let's sweep it down, and up, down, and up. Keep going, down, and up. Remember, you do need to come back about 45 degrees and then sit up tall. We want to get taller here. Yeah, reach for that ceiling, and up. 2, get ready now. 4 to your right only. So 4, and up. 3, and up. Good. 2, and up. Now left, around, and up. Sweep, and up. Good. 2. Now 4 alternating to finish that series. 4, and reach. 3, and up. 2. Excellent. Last one, and up. All right, awesome job, you guys. Let's come out to that saw position here. My modification of this is that we're focusing on hinging from the hips. That's the goal. Pack shoulders down. So we're gonna hinge out and back, keeping the opposite hip down. That's your true flexibility, yeah? You're not trying to force one body part into the other. So you're gonna get a hamstring inner thigh stretch here, but this is really about working in that mobility of the hip joint. Yes, that's it. So out, and sit up tall. Your ability to hinge and then sit up. Inhale and exhale. 4 more, and then we'll add our bilateral. Arms, and out, and up. 2, good, 1 more. Arms up over that hip, here we go. Think out, not down. Out, and up. So when we have the ball in the arms like this, is predominantly to increase that mobility at the shoulder joint, scapulothoracic. Yeah. 2, and up. 1 more. Out, and up. Nice work. You can put that ball aside, and we'll finish off this morning with our hip series. So this is for the outer upper hip, so hip abductors, adductors. You'll get some mild other benefits there, but that's really the focus. So we're gonna come up onto the elbow. You can be down here or here if you need to be, if you've got a sensitive shoulder issue there. And here we wanna stack those hips. So we wanna look like we are between 2 panes of glass. Shoulders rotated back and down, rib cage lifted, navel to spine. This is not a big range of motion. Knees and toes need to face forward. You never externally rotate the hip to achieve range of motion here, yeah? Take it up and down. Keep the leg rigid. Nothing else moving. Really anchor into this bottom hip on the ground. Good. Up and down. Exhale and inhale. Lift and down. Now let's add those leg circles, small. About the size of a salad plate. That's it, hard to anchor here. 4, 3, 2, and reverse, and around, and around. Looking great, you guys. And it's 4, 3. Now tap front and back, front and back. Foot stays pointed down. Lifting from that hip joint, the entire leg lifts as one unit. Yeah? And it's 8, 7, and not to wobble those hips. 4, 3, 2, now forward to the front. And it's 4, 3, 2, and 4 back. 4, 3, 2, 4 front. 4, 3, 2, 4 back, and it's 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now slip down to that next level if you're not already there. And we'll point forward and flex back. That's it. So we're going to really hip flex and hip extend. We'll dorsal and plantar flex from the ankle joint. Then we're going to add a combination. Right here. We're going to flex in, push out, bring it forward, heel back. In, push out, forward, and back. In, out, forward, and back. In, out, forward and back, and hip pumps. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Push it out. And in, 2, 3. Couple more. In, 2, 3. Last one. In, 2, 3. And out. Nice job. You can come down and cradle that head. Up, tap, and down, tap. Up, tap, and down. Up, tap, and down. Yeah, get the hip abductor and adductor. Yeah. Up, tap, and down. Up, tap, and down. Last one. Glue them together and lift and lower. I'm going to feel that a little bit in the side of the torso as well. Up and down. Lift and down. Looking good. 4 and 3. Good. 2. Get ready. Now 3 up and 1 down. And it's up. 2, 3, and down. Again. Lift. 2, 3. Couple more. Up. 2, 3. Last one. Up. 2, 3. And release down. And then those knees into fetal position. Push yourself up. Let's come over to the opposite side. And repeat that entire series on this side. Home stretch here, guys. Yeah. All right. Elbow under shoulder. Stacked legs. 2 panes of glass. And let's go. Up and down. Exhale and inhale. Shoulders away from ears, guys. Yeah. That's it. You've done a great job this morning. Just a little bit longer here. It'll all be worth it. You're going to feel great after this, yeah? Now, small circles and around. 2. Anchor into that bottom hip, guys. Not easy to do. 4, 3, and reverse and around. Good. Smooth and fluid. And it's 4, 3. Tap front and back. Front and back. Front and back. Try not to wag, yeah? Really hold your ground. Let's go. 8, 7, 6. Nice. 4, 3, 2, 4 front. And it's 4, 3, 2, 4 back. 4, 3, 2, 4 front. 4, 3, 2, 4 back, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Come down a level if you're not already there. And we'll be pointing forward and flexing back. And begin. Point and flex. Keep the bottom leg still. Work with the range of motion that you authentically possess. Yeah? 4, 3, good. Forward and back. Let's add that combination, guys. In, out. In, out. Forward and back. In, out. Long and strong here, guys. Stabilize. And in, out. Forward and back. One more. In, out. Forward and back. Hip pumps. And that's 1, 2, 3. Push it out long and strong. In, 2, 3. And 2 more. In, 2, 3. And out. Last one. In, 2, 3. And out. Nice job. Cradle that head on the bottom arm. Up, tap, and down. Tap, and 4, 3. And begin. Up, tap, and down. Up, tap, and down. Up, tap, and down. Relax the shoulders. Good, good. Up, tap, and down. Up, tap, and down. Up, tap, and down. Up, tap, and down. And then hold and lift. Yeah? Do them both together. And up. Good. Stay strong here, guys. Lift and resist. Up and down. Up and down. Now 3 up and 1 down. We'll go 1, 2, 3, and down again. Up, 2, 3, 2 more. Up, 2, 3, last one. Up, 2, 3, and release it down. Bend those legs in fetal position. Push yourself up and right over to a seated position here with the hands behind the hips. We'll finish off with some triceps. You have your choice of keeping the buttocks down and flexing, fully flex and extend, hips up, or one leg up, or one leg up and down. Yeah? So you take your pick, either hips down or hips up, leg up or down. And let's go 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hips down if they're up. Shoulders packed down, rib cage lifted, navel to spine. Find your position and let's go. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release. Nice job, guys. Flex and extend, rotate there a little bit. Excellent work. Let's cool down, shall we? All right. So let's lay it on down. And take your arms up over your head. Both legs out. Nice deep inhale. Fill the lungs up. Expand the diaphragm. And exhale, blow the air out. And again, deep inhale. And exhale. Bring the arms down by your sides. Let's bring the soles of your feet on the floor. And then I'd like for you to just roll over to your abdomen into basically a modified cobra position. So the elbows under shoulders, tops of feet on the floor. Shoulders down. Let's take in a nice deep inhale. Pull the belly up, and as you do, gaze where the ceiling meets the wall. Close the jaw and stretch navel to chin. Exhale, let the belly drop and the head suspend. Do that again. Inhale, pull the belly up. Gaze where the ceiling meets the wall. Close the jaw and stretch navel to chin. Exhale, let the belly drop and the head suspend. Now rest your chin on your left hand, the top of that hand. Reach back and grab your foot, pant, leg, or shoe, or you can use a strap here. Push the front of the hip into the floor. Make sure you don't pull on that foot, just hold. You're just really trying to stretch hip flexors, quad, shins, top of foot. And then release and switch your sides. Again, just push the front of that hip down into the floor, the top of that pelvis. Open up all those anterior lower body muscles. And release. And then take the hands right by the shoulders, push yourself up and into extended child's pose. Reach your fingertips one direction and the tailbone the opposite. So that stretch along the sides of the torso up into your armpits, as well as the low back and glute mass. Then rise yourself up into a cat stretch. Let your head suspend, spread your scapula, really hollow out the abdomen, and stretch from the base of the skull to the tip of the tailbone. Release to a neutral spine, head and tailbone up to point of comfort. Bring a leg forward, hands on that thigh, push down and stand up. And then let's just finish off with a hamstring stretch. You're gonna bring that right heel forward, hinge from the hips, push the tailbone back, interlace fingers, knuckles to the ground, and open up and expand that chest as you stretch low back, glute max, hamstrings, and calf. And release, and switch sides. This time heel down, hinge, but interlace fingers, knuckles away. Pull scapula apart, drop shoulders down and chin to chest, and stretch from hip to heel here. And then release. That's taking a deep inhale to complete your workout this morning. And exhale, rotate your shoulders back. Outstanding work today, you guys. I will see you again tomorrow. Have a great day. Thanks so much.